Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. We are here tonight with Miss Lucina Clark. She is the diva. Y'all, I, there are no words for this woman. She is just pure beauty. Okay.
Thank
I am
you.
not going to talk much because you guys need to hear from her. But I'm just going to tell you in our world, we have all of our nonprofits, all of our for profits are many of them are geared toward the children in our world. And that's in the autism world. Many of them are geared toward the children. We're trying to make sure our children are okay. We're trying to make sure our children have everything they need. But Miss Lucina is geared more toward the parent. And actually, I think she's geared specifically toward parents. So, Miss Lucina, I want you to tell everybody the name of your nonprofit, and I want you to tell them why you decided to go in that direction for me.
Well, hi, my queen, the last, but thank you so much for having me on here tonight. And honey, you're another diva because you're just a great diva by yourself as well in the work you're doing. However, the name of my organization is My Time Inc. And My Time Inc. was birthed 14 years ago. I am the co-founder with my husband, and we focus really on you, the parents. My love of working for the parents began about 20 years ago. My background is in education, special education with applied behavior analysis. I started working in the homes of the families, providing applied behavior analysis therapy to children on the spectrum. And while working there, I met this amazing parent. I work with many families providing the services, but I met this one amazing mother. While working with her, she was such a powerful force, an advocate to the T. She will make sure she got everything her son needed, the right appropriate services, the right classroom, whatever was needed. But what I was looking at, I wasn't seeing the support system. I wasn't seeing the friends around her as they should be. I wasn't seeing that connection of people going and say, "Hi, Miss B, how you doing?" I wasn't seeing that. And then one day, she was not really feeling well. And she will keep saying to me, she said, "Lucina, you know what? I am so thankful that God sent you in my life. You will be my voice." I'm like, "What are you telling me? I don't need, where are you going? You're a young woman, I enjoy being with you and your family." And unfortunately, it becomes very emotional for me. Unfortunately, she passed away. This one day, I went to her home to work with her son. And I was looking at her, and her eyes was looking as yellow as my dress. She was having jaundice. And I'm like, "Miss B, are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, Lucina," but she said, "I don't feel too good. You can go home. I know my son gonna be all right." But I said, "Are you sure you're okay?" But when you're in your feelings as women, we have this intuition that something isn't right. So I'm like, "You sure you're all right?" Honey, as soon as I got home, I got a phone call. Miss B passed away. Honey, that change transformed my life forever. I told my husband, "I'm never going to work again in any homes. I can't do it anymore, because I was so attached to this woman and her family. Because as an educator, I believe if I worked in the home, I'm not only working for her son, I educate the entire family. I have to get to know the mom, the dad, the sister, the brother, the uncle, the auntie, everyone who works with that child. And it took a toll on me. It really did the last part. It took a toll on me. And I told my husband, I need to do something. We need to create an environment that families can come to. So I was working at this other organization, and it keep bothering me. So I said, no, I'm going to do something. So I started working with these families. I opened my home, my first floor of my house, and I started inviting parents over. Just to chat and talk and just hang out. I love to cook, so I'm always cooking and entertaining. So this friend of mine said, "Lucinia, you've been doing this. Why don't you?" He showed me a pack of paper. It was a 501c3. I'm like, I ain't doing that. That's not for me. That's so much of work. I'm not doing it. But I continued doing the work. And then I said, you know what? Let me do it. So I started searching around. I was on the internet searching, and I said, who can help me on the internet? Who can help me? I want to create a atmosphere for families of a child with a disability, a support group. So I met this wonderful woman named Isabel, and we decided to meet. We met in the city, and we were talking. So we had lunch. Then she said, "Come to my office." I went to her office, the last one. While in the office, guess who I can see? A picture of the parent who died on her desk. Never met this woman before in my life. Never. Talk about providence. Honey, because I met Isabel and she's a parent of a child with a disability. And she said, Lucina, I will help you. I will help you form this support group in Canarsie because there's nothing we have in Brooklyn here. She said, I will work with you. Honey, I walk into this woman's office. That was the first time I heard of OMRDD, the Office of Mental Retardation. I'm like, what is this? It was on where was it? 75 Morton Street. Like, I never was familiar with this thing. So I just was opening my home for parents. Girl, when I walked into that office and I saw that woman, I said, Isabel, you know that woman? She said, yes, that's Miss B. I said, Isabel, that's a woman who I was servicing her son and passed away. Girl, the last one. This one I just held each other, shaking, shivering, crying. And I said, God, I thank you. That was confirmation. I came home. I told my husband, I know what I have to do. We need to create an environment for parents of children with autism or any special needs, a non-judgmental place, a place where parents will come and share their joys, their concerns, their pain, whatever they're going through, with other parents. And their birth, my timing. And I started having families come to my home once a month. I make a nice little dinner. And that's how I met Denise. Denise came with her husband to my home, and the husband said to her, "Oh, you went to somebody's house? What?" But when Denise and her husband came in, and what the service I was providing at that time, we had a workshop, and they were talking about how you do verbal language with children. And when her husband, he said, Lucina, I came in here blind, but now I can see. And when he said that, I said, thank you, Jesus. This is what I need to do. And I realized parents were coming to my timing, not only to develop new friendship, they were learning. They all came, they got what they needed, they went back to school, they got degrees because we were providing an atmosphere where they felt they were beautiful. They felt that they belong. They felt that no one judged them. No one criticized them. They wanted to cry. We had boxes of tissues all the time. They wanted to laugh. You can laugh as much as you can. So I said, okay, let's do some more workshops and stuff. Then I said, we got to have some fun. Work and no play. That's not Lucina's style. Diva Lucina likes to have fun. So I started having little night out. We'd have like romantic Valentine night, chocolate bubbling. And girl, I said, we got to have some romance in our lives. We're going to have all these things come back into your life because it's about you. When last you had a date, when last you look at your wife, buy one little rose, pull out the petals, do little things that can make you feel good. Because I realize even when I work in homes where each child had a nanny. I work in homes where there was nothing like that you could ever think of. And the things I was seeing wasn't the support systems. Even the rich people who are the friends, you think the friends want to hang around as much? Honey. When you see that child smearing the walls and doing the things that are not supposed to be done, they don't want to hear. You hear the conversation sometimes. Oh, girl, but when that mother starts saying, well, Johnny is drooling, or he's like, he can't do this, or he's not able to do that. You think the other woman on the end wants to listen to that conversation? Half of the time, no. And I can see the look. And the thing is, what I think God has blessed me with this purpose, the last book, like I was saying on our trip in Aruba, It is not about the pain and the challenge I have to go through in that aspect. I was given a purpose in my life, was an intuition or something where I have that intuition of feeling people's pain, of understanding, empathizing. And I said, that was my purpose in creating my timing, because I am truly blessed to feel people's pain, especially these parents. There was something about these parents who have children with a disability that connect. I don't know how, what was the connection. I said probably, my third child, what I had, which was lost. I just had a feeling that child would have been a child with a disability. I don't know what it was, but that connection with these parents is so strong. There's like some kind of a bond, even if it's a secret bond or something that is within me, Delaspa, that draws me so close to these individuals, these parents. But I see so much of beauty when I look into the eyes, and I look into your eyes. I see pain, but I see the beauty also. But it's like pulling that beauty out. And it will take time, as you pull it out. And that's why I created My Timing, because I see so much beauty, and it's the beauty is in, because as I think as mothers, sometimes we lost that touch because we become so motherly. We forget how gorgeous and sexy we are first. We forget that we can do our hair and look cute in the morning. My son always say, Mommy, why you always so dress up? My son always do that. I said, when your friends come to look and you see mother don't look good, you say, look at your mother. I said, no, 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 it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna look cute. So I always thought about looking cute, no matter what. I just felt that we always, even if we don't want to feel that beauty inside, we start looking from the outside. It intrinsically goes within us. I say, oh, I look cute, that lip gloss. Let me feel how I feel. And might perk you up in some way or the other. And that is what it's all about. It's about how can you as a parent look at yourself before you had that baby. Your baby is precious. Your baby, because of the federal law as an educator, he or she is entitled to the services that he or she needs. It may be challenges to receive it, but if you are not feeling yourself, when we talk about self care, I tell people there are different components of self care, Delaspa. We have that physical piece of self care. Because this world is a appearance world. It's a physical world. Looking at how you look at what you look at, your eyes. That's the physical world. Then we have the piece where we have that emotional feel, how we feel about ourselves internally. Then we have the part of the spiritual self, how we see our bodies in that spiritual way, how we feel about how God creates us. Remember, God said we are wonderfully and fearfully made. How many of us believe that in our own selves? Then we have the developmental stages of our lives. That's when the journal comes in. How are we discovering who we are? Who do we see when we look in that mirror? So when we put all these components together, we can be those parents that when we step out there, we are beautiful, we are bold, we are resilient. We step out and overflow and still feel so strong and powerful that we can say, you know what, I am woman, see me raw. I can take care of me. I can be strong enough for my children, but I know I need to always have that overflow. So and that's what my timing is about. That's what when I tell our parents, when you walk into here, you have a support. We're not here to judge you. We're here to uplift you. And our mission at My Time Inc. is to educate you, support you, uplift you, enlighten you, so you and your children can live a wonderful life in your community. And that's what it's about. And that's what I saw. Because if the parent isn't right in his or her mind, her body, and spirit, how can you nurture your child? Because when you feel lousy, sometimes people say, listen, Our children, the Bible says, look at the mouth of the babes. Whatever comes of the babes of the mouth, they will tell you the truth. They are so real. They will tell you, they will know when you're not feeling good. They know it. They know when you know when they can take advantage of you. But when you're feeling good, they will have the behaviors.
Mhm.
They see it in your body language. Because some of us, they cannot communicate. So God gave them extra instincts, extra skills, extra talents, extra intuitions. So when they read you as that parent, if your mind, your body, and your soul and your spirit is not connected well, how can you foster? How can you nurture your child? So it's about you as the parent looking within yourself to provide that care. So you got to keep on overflowing, honey. You got to be, as you were saying in your last master class, be of greatness. Be by greatness and be for greatness. And when you start to instill that within yourself as a mother, as that caregiver, as that parent, your child gonna shine. Your child will shine, no matter whatever spectrum, how high or low on that spectrum that child is. So that's why I get my joy. That's why I'm always glowing. That's why I always have that joy. Because when I see my parents walking now from now and then, and to see the fabulosity of my queens, oh, girl, that's my high. I don't need to drink or smoke. That's my high. So all of this to say, you as a parent, self care is the utmost thing that you must do for yourself in the spiritual realm, in the natural realm, in that physical realm, emotional realm, wherever it has to be done. And when you, as that parent, have that mindset, when Dr. I was saying tap, reset, and come back, when you get that mindset, I tell you, Jasper, you see that growth. A seed does not grow if you don't water it. If you don't water yourself, give yourself 5 minutes a day. Sometimes I get a little app fit on, I do a little meditation. 5 minutes, 3 minutes to breathe. And when you're breathing all these good things about you, how beautiful you are, how amazing you are, an amazing mother, amazing caregiver. And just not doing that, you just automatically wake up smiling every morning, despite whatever is going on around you. And your child will start to feel the positivity in the environment. And
Now,
that's
what
what
you said, you, like I said, you are, y'all, I told you, she is the diva. She is a diva. Yes. Hello, Dina and Dr. Allie. How y'all doing? Yeah. Now, Lucina, you did talk about your journal. And I want you to tell people, because I have one here, I don't know if I can see it. I want you to tell people about this journal and tell them why you wrote it. Because oh, that's a good picture of it. Why you wrote it and what we should use it for.
Well, the crazy thing about this journal, like I was saying, when people said why I did it, first of all, was like a challenge. When Dr. Ali gave us all these amazing women to work with, and this was a challenge with Grace. I said, you know what? Let me do this. Let you look. Sometimes, we have to take a step of faith, leap, take a big jump, and try something new. Like my friend said, she's a Buddhist. She said, Lucina, you always had something in you. Is when it's gonna come out. I think that was the time for it to come out. I think COVID had us all at home, reevaluating our lives, rediscovering who we are as individuals and what we're doing. And when I did this journal challenge, I couldn't believe in 7 days I was like, oh, this happened. It was just crazy. I was sitting just writing, and every day everything, the different phrases, the different words, the lines will just pour out. And every night I will go to bed very late because we'll do the class from like 9 to about 10 or 11. And all 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm up and everything was just pouring out. Just like, God, where is this coming from? And he's like, you know what? I'm just blessing you. I'm just favoring you, girl. So just take it and just write. And as I was writing it, the words were just pouring. And I always said I'm a diva. And I have to figure out what words can I use that relates to the word diva. And I don't want anyone to say I'm taking diva words. I had to find something that was so true and that was so real and so authentic to the word. So I said, all right, I like to discover things because I'm very curious about things. Sometimes I get burned by being curious, but that's okay. And I said, well, the D now can be discovered because I like to uncover things. I like to explore. I like to dig into things. I'm very nosy. That's the Caribbean in me. I am nosy. So I want to look at the things. I said, well, okay, when I look at the word discover, I could unreveal things. I can remove things. I can uncover things. I can, wow, that's a good word for discover. And then one day I was driving to Manhattan and the word discover showed up on some place. And then another moment I got home that night, the word discover came back again. I said, uh-huh, God was saying, that's your word. Then I said, you know what? When I talk to the woman, we always talk about investing time for self. I said, nah, we have to be investing time in self because when you invest in self, you are more valued. When you use for, it just could be like, all right, if I could find the time, fine. But when you do it in yourself, you see the value and the worth when you do things for you in yourself. And I said, you know what? I'm a very curious woman, girl. I like variety is a spice of life. That's why I'm a little spicy. Girl, when you have a little variety, you want to taste a little bit of something different, you know? You're going to be diverse. That's why I like New York City. We are very diverse, girl. Varieties, variety. So you're going to take a little exploration and varieties of things. So that way your mind going to be open. Don't be stuck in having one set of food. You try, say, when Aruba, we try different foods. Try different things. We try different things. You may like it. And then I said, you know what? We gotta know how we can become authentic. A lot of us sometimes we're afraid to say what we want to say. And I used to be like that before. Like, oh my God, if I say this, what would people think of me? What would I do? And I said, no, what the hell with it, Delaspa? If we go on trying to please everybody in this world, girl, you're gonna drop down, they don't care about you. You'll be like, oh, look at her. Oh yeah, she was a diva. Who cares? Honey, be authentic. We have to learn to be our true selves. I'm going to be the same way I'm going to be. I've been this way. My friends will tell you from high school, I've been the same way, darling. And I'm going to be that same way because I am not going to change for anyone, but I'm going to transform myself to be better so I can bless someone else. So when I touch somebody else's life, I know what is a difference. And that's what it's all about. And be my true self. We forget the word self. Self is the important thing in this whole journal. What we see in self when we look at self. How deep are we going to deep into ourselves? And then I said, you know what? As I'm doing this whole discovery thing, I am rediscovering myself to the last part. And girl, I'm loving it. Mm-mm-mm. Girl, listen. I take that mirror and I look at everything, honey. Mm-mm-mm. Let me tell you. That mirror could shock you too, But I tell people before you dive into this, make sure you dive into here. Because this part, when Dr. Ali talk about the negative talk and everything, this thing here can give you so much of negativity. But in this journal, it's allowing you. And in every page, you will see a mirror. The mirror is very significant because some of us do not even want to look into a mirror because we find it's very difficult because a mirror can give us so much negative views and opinions because when we looking at because we're using our mind, our eyes to see, and because our eyes may already tell us that we are not worthy, that's what we see worthlessness. But when our eyes see worthy, we are worthy, no matter how we look in the mirror. And as we look at that mirror and we start discovering, each one of the pages will give you a little phrase or a little quote. And what I like about it, I didn't give you, it is flexible. I didn't give you day one, day two, because you know, honey, our lives are busy sometimes.
Yes.
And when you have day one, day two, day three, sometimes it kind of puts you in a box for some of us. And the flexibility of any time, because this morning you may get up with a dream or feeling you're afraid or scared. You can go in here and find fear. What does fear do to us? Fear can immobilize us, and success can be a part of our fear too. It immobilizes us and doesn't want us to move ahead, doesn't want us to go. And now I have to think now, what is this fear that's holding me back from growing? So as we do that, so this journal is teaching me also how to rediscover who I am. And every page I look at myself and I said, Lucina, rediscover who you are. Continue investing time in yourself because you are accountable for so many parents, so many wonderful women, amazing women out there that God has given you a purpose to touch their lives because you actually feel their pain. You are walking that journey. Because listen, what kind of director are you? You always with the parents. Yes, that's my journey. I have to be underground. I'm gonna dress cute and still be underground. I don't care what you said, girl. I used to go to my parents' house with my high heel shoes and everything, and I'm on the ground doing my ABA classes with my kids, my ABA sessions. And I'm gonna still do it because it's important for us to always be humble. Humility is the best gift of all. Because when you're able to humble self, you're opening up yourself to receive. I'll be meek, I'll be humble, but I respect you. But I will just stay away, which is fine. But I will still respect you. But you know what? Just love who you are. Just be that diva. And in that diva, just keep on discovering who you are. Because every day you discover something new about yourself. You know, I came back home. I remember I came back from Aruba, girl. I was so drained. About not being bubblicious? Girl, for 3 days, the last one, I was like, dead. My doctor was like, "What's wrong with you, Miss Bubblicious?" I had to get
I know.
a B12 shot to get energy, and it still didn't give me energy. Today was the only day, girl. I got energy. I went to the park to walk this morning. I did a face, and I said, I am gonna come home, my self care, put on some yellow, and be bubblicious because I was so drained and so tired. And I said, you know what? That was my way of replenishing myself, rediscovering, rejuvenating myself, reigniting that amazing power in me that I can continue teaching, igniting people's lives, giving them that joy. We all need it, and it's just simple out there. Because as long as we all have that peace and that joy within us, the last our kids will always be that amazing cuddly, but you got to be that amazing cuddly for yourself. And when you continue doing that for you, it'll be a whole different world. Like you say about the spectrum, and you look in that lens and you see the spectrum. Sometimes as parents, you have to turn that lens around onto you. Because sometimes our children are so much finer than who we are. And we as the parents, we put so much more on ourselves that is not necessary. That's why I have to keep on discovering who we are by making sure our cups are continue overflowing. So we are never depleted. And make sure it's continue overflowing. Just let the tap flow in, and the water keep overflowing. And make sure you drink and you make sure there's still some left so you can be at your most because your child picks up from you. It drains you. When
Yes.
I've been in the homes and I've seen doing the therapy with the families of some parents are depleted. Just remember, just looking at their child, it can deplete you. But you have to find a space, even within your home. I always tell parents, go to the bathroom 11 o'clock at night, close the door. and scream if you have to. And all those are great self-care tips. One of the things I say in self-care tips, physical. I know sometimes you don't want to walk or you don't do things. Even just walking around, I have this thing I do, walk away the pounds on YouTube. It's like a 30 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want to do. Just right there. Do a little walking around right there. And also just trying to eat something different, healthy for yourself. It does change your adrenaline, it does change who you are. And that's good in physicality. When you talk about emotional wellness, say, I feel excited when and you think of something positive at the end. I feel excited when I hear this jazz music playing, or I feel excited when I think of how beautiful my bed feels. Something that excites you. It changed the chemistry in your body. Remember when Ember was talking about the universe and the ions and what's out there, the magnetism and the physics, what we send out, as we send things out. And it's great. We all just as parents have to find that time for self-care, that emotional self-care, where it's okay to say, what, I feel drained and I need time for me. And I need time in me. Then we have the physical part where I can just get from my chair, just walk from here to the door and take a deep breath. And that's all right too. And then we have the spiritual piece. Whether you're a Christian, you're a believer, whatever, whoever you believe in, find that moment to talk, give praise and give honor. Just that you're awake the morning and being grateful and giving gratitude. And that's important. Do the meditation or give yourself some praise for just waking up to take care of your child that morning. And you are revived to do that. And then the developmental phrase is where you affirm on yourself how a wonderful mother you are. Last time may not be as great, but this morning you have a new day. When Dr. say, you're going to reset, tap and reset, tomorrow is a new day. You are a great mom, despite what's going on. And that's why using this journal as well, gonna help you reset yourself, gonna help you rediscover who you are. And you'll laugh at some of the things because one of the chapters I like is investing in your emotion. If you have people around you who's draining you, in the Caribbean we say suckanya and all them things who suck you dry, delete them. Delete them. They're not any value to you. If they're not adding value to your life, and giving you the sustenance that you need, like that ensure or whatever makes you feel good, honey, delete them. It doesn't bother me to delete anyone, the last bar. It's good. You're gonna miss them for a little bit, honey buns, but that's okay. Delete them. So you do you. You enjoy you give thanks for life and for what you're doing. If they're not adding value to your life, delete them. And it's okay. They'll find someone else to drain. There'll be more people for them to train. So that's okay. You're going to find addition, find joy, find sunshine, and find people who matches your greatness. And that's all right. And sometimes being alone isn't bad. You know, use that time to find you. And you will see all the joy that you want. Honey, I would love to go to restaurants by myself sometime. I'll tell the waiter, move that one. It's just me. I'm doing me. And that's good. So discover yourselves, invest in yourself, you know, find your authentic self, girl, and make sure. I want you to try some variety, girl. A little spice in your life. A little variety is good, taste it. Dip in the different juices, and you try that variety. You never know, you may like that flavor, and that flavor gonna be good for you, so be that diva, girl. Listen, life is too short with all that's happening around us. We got to enjoy that moment, girl. And self-care is all about you. Smile more, laugh more, think of a joke and just laugh. People think you're crazy. Listen, there's more crazy people out there right now, girl. You just laugh to yourself. I tell people talk to you, say, just don't answer yourself. I think you're really going nuts. But laugh to yourself. Laugh like you never laughed before. Think of things that make you laugh. Because you know what, the more I laugh, you see, I'm gonna be what? I'm gonna be 57 in December. I love to tell my age, girl. And no wrinkles, nothing, smooth, beautiful skin, girl, and a lot of water. But you just gotta be beautiful, and that's why we are beautiful. So greatness connect with greatness, divas connect with the divas, and we're just beautiful people, and that's all it is. And as we continue to be that beautiful person inside, beautiful people connect with beautiful people. When you're in that space of love, of light, of joy, of peace, your kids, your children become of light, of joy, of peace. I remember when you also talk with your daughter, they see the light. They see things that we don't see, girl. And you'll be surprised the things that they see that comes back to us. And we see it in a different light. But they are our lights. They are, listen, when I speak to the parents and I work with their children and I see the light in them, it's amazing. It's that halo that's right over them. But also, you all have a halo as parents, and you have to keep on shining that light. Don't let it be dim because you cannot dim it. You have to fill it. You have to fill it because you need to continue having that light, and it will keep on shining. I'm enjoying talking to you, girl. I love this StreamYard. It's the first time I'm doing this. I love it. Yeah, honey, don't dim it. Keep on shining. You all are, listen, I enjoy being with you ladies, and y'all just you believe how y'all just bring me this high and this enlightenment and this enjoyment and the work I do with my parents over here and what we do in New York. And I love being the original diva parent woman. I just love it. When God gave me this idea of touching these parents' lives and doing it, girl, I love it. I love it. And my husband, he's such a big advocate of all of this too. He works really hard. So I said he probably the executive director, but he does, and the parents love him because he does. He really, really commits himself to this work. So I give a shout out to him, Wayne, my husband, for really doing as much as he does for the parents as well, and especially for the men. He does a lot for the men. When we take our parents out, we go to Broadway shows. I just got signed up. We do this Broadway HD online where we literally dress up the Lasper. Our ladies wear our black gown and our jewelry. Now we all have crowns. One parent gave us all crowns, and we go to Broadway shows because one of the programs, I get funding from OPWDD to do a social recreation program. I'm the only one that does that. And once a month or twice a month, we take our parents to the movies. We do movies online. We do Broadway shows online. We order dinners, the dinners are dropped to their homes, and we have movies online. We do game nights. We have Ponce Bank, who's one of the foundations that give us funding. We do game night. The parents win gift cards, and we have a blast. We do amazing things online. Bingo night, this night we do scavenger hunt. Listen, we rock. We do emotional wellness classes because we want our parents to understand that life is not always that easy, but we have that support. You know what it's like on Tuesday and Thursday night, we have 15 to 20 parents connecting with one another and sharing their joys, their concerns, and being open and trusting in a space.
Yes.
Listen, girl, when I look at that and I'm in their presence, I am so elated to know where I've seen where half of these parents have been, to see where they're walking and being a part of their journey, to let them tell their stories and allowing me to share their stories so they can be elevated to another level. Girl, I tell you, listen, if this is not what heaven is, pinch me. This is heaven on earth. I love what I do. And I'm so, so blessed to have met you, wonderful ladies, and for, allowing me to be in your presence and to learn so much from you all because it makes me do what I have to do better. It gives me the opportunity to reevaluate, to revise, to just look at what I have to do as a provider to make sure that at least I have a space that even if you just have to blank everything out for just an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Like I remember we used to go bowling. I mean, to see everybody having such a good time and just having fun, to just block your mind out of your children, which is fine, to not think of them for a few minutes and think of you having fun with people your age, your peers, and having a normal conversation. The joy that brings me to know that the outcome that I bring in these parents' lives is truly awesome. I can't ask for anything more. The challenges I receive is, getting the grants and the funding. As a non-for-profit, that's always to go through. But I know the God that I serve and the families, this month has been such a favorable blessing that I cannot say, God, you are amazing. And all that you're doing for us at My Timing and the people who are pouring into us this year, it's a blessing. So I thank you so much for allowing me to spend this wonderful time with you, to see your beautiful face again and the time we spent together. We always see each other on Zoom, but it's so good to see each other and just be amongst each other in each other's presence. I just love it. This is my highest high. I could sleep like a baby tonight, girl. No,
Miss Lucina, I just want to thank you because you guys, the person that you see here is the person that I saw in Aruba. There is no difference. The energy level is just the same. The face, the clothes, just the same. The spirit, just the same. The openness, just the same. The love, just the same. So, you people in New York who need to find help and hope, find My Time Inc. You people in Louisiana who need the same thing, come to know greater love because we're about to get with My Time Inc. and learn how to do this in
yes,
Louisiana because it's needed. And you guys, we just want to say, be great because that's
with the
all we got to
greatness.
do.
Yes, and I
Miss
thank you
Lucina says,
so
be
much.
a diva.
Yes, be a diva, mamas, because no matter what you do, even be a diva going to bed, honey. Honey, listen, do you, do you, and listen to last one. Anytime you need me, listen, thank God for Zoom too. Girl, I'm a Zoom away. I'm a Zoom away. Anytime you need me to talk, to chat, to whatever, I'm a Zoom away girl. I will more than love to be there and share whatever words of wisdom, perk somebody up, cheer myself up, cheer you up, girl. I will love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We gotta give ourselves a little virtual hugs and girl, we are fabulous women, no matter what, because God put a light over all of us. All of us. We gonna shine bright, girl. We gonna continue shining. Listen, this is just the beginning. I tell people there's a beginning, a middle, and there's a continuation. I don't even say end much because where he is taking us, the last one, ladies, we listen. We have a lot of places to go, girl, and he's just gonna take us where we need to go. And I'm ready. I'm buckle up tight.
I know,
Cause
right?
we gotta do it, girl. We gotta do it. Thank you. I love this program. I love what you're doing, your daughter and the vision you have too. And people in Louisiana, listen, you got a woman here who is so full of love too. And the greatness that you see that God has placed on that woman's heart that you have in Louisiana, people, you better hold on tight. And the events that you have, go support because you have someone who have so much love, not only for her daughter, but for your community. Take it. Open, receive. Say you receive it. Don't let it slip away because these opportunities don't always come by. So when you hear the last personas and no greater love, take it, receive it because a lot of blessings is right there up in Louisiana. So take it, people, take it, and also be that diva. And if you're interested in learning more, you can join my Facebook page for divas, and we are just gonna rock it. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have some chat. We're gonna hook up and have some fun. Right?
Yes,
We're gonna hook up, girl. Have
we
some.
are.
Thank you, my
I
honey.
love you.
Love you
Bye bye,
too.
y'all. Have
Bye.
a good night, everybody.
Good
Bye,
night.
Dina. I see you still on. All right. Love you,
Bye,
girl.
everyone. Thanks.
Okay.